guys, my name is Danielle, and my speech today is on the art of bartending. Most people don't realize that if they leave a bar drunk, drive, and hurt someone, the bartender that overserved them can face criminal and civil charges. Around 1/3 of traffic-related deaths in the United States are caused by drunk drivers. Granted, not everyone driving drunk is driving home from the bar, but bartenders can be particularly effective in limiting the damage an intoxicated person can cause by simply cutting them off. I know about bartending because I am a bartender. I worked at Chuy's in Simi Valley for a little over 2 years, and I work at Dave & Buster's now. Chuy's is more low-key dive bar, and Dave & Buster's is pretty fast-paced, so I have experience in multiple kinds of environments. The goal with this speech is to impart an understanding of the complexities of bartending. First, I will touch on mixology. Then I will talk about the type of personality necessary to bartend well. And then lastly, I'll explain the responsibilities that come with the job. The most basic aspect of bartending is making drinks. Cocktails are mixed drinks with spirits or liquor, with fruit juice, lemonade, soda, creams, syrups. Each cocktail has a precise recipe to make the best tasting drink and to prevent over-intoxication. I'm going to show you guys how to make two of my favorite drinks, a Long Island iced tea and a margarita. Margarita is super simple, the basic one. It's just 2 ounces of tequila and margarita mix. You can do a salted rim, which I usually do, but my bartending kit isn't necessarily complete. And with a lime, which I unfortunately also do not have. But then you shake it. Oh, we're just pretend that didn't happen. Alright, and this is most of a margarita. And then a Long Island iced tea. Let's try this again. Alright, it's a little more complicated. It's 4 different liquors. It's gonna be a 1/2 ounce of each: tequila, vodka, rum, and gin. And then you mix it with margarita mix or lemon juice and triple sec, and then a splash of Coke, which I also do not have, which I'm realizing right now.
I do in my car.
Okay. You get the point. Alright. And making cocktails it's a skill that can be relatively easy to develop, but that's only part of the job. Here, Long Island, minus that Coke. It takes a certain particular kind of personality to be a bartender. People go to bars for the experience, and the bartender is essentially the director of the show. As a bartender, you must be a chameleon. The moment someone walks into your bar, you have to be able to read them and figure out exactly what kind of person they need you to be to ensure that they have a good time. Some people need you to listen to their problems. Some people need a friendly conversation. Some people need you to give them a drink and don't talk to them anymore. As a bartender, you have to be able to accommodate and adjust your personality accordingly. Bartending is a lot more about understanding people than it is just making drinks, and not everyone has the people skills necessary to do so. Bartenders also need to have thick skin because people are mean. It's essential to your survival to not take anything personally. When people come to the bar in a bad mood, a lot of times they take it out on their bartender, and you have to be able to withstand that without breaking down. When someone is mean to you, you have to kill them with kindness. When someone has had too much to drink, you have to be firm and vigilant no matter how they react. And most people get very angry when you cut them off, and you have to be able to stand your ground and convince them that they've had enough. Even more important though than ensuring that everyone has a good time is making sure they're doing it safely. Over-serving someone is the worst mistake a bartender can make. And it's not always your fault. Legally, bartenders are not allowed to serve alcohol to an intoxicated person. But when someone comes into your bar, you don't necessarily know how much they've had to drink before they got there. And if they're showing no signs of intoxication, there's no reason not to serve them. But if they leave your bar and hurt someone or themselves, you are still legally and morally responsible. And violations are punishable up to $1,000 fine, 1 year in jail, or both. One night, personal story, one night I went into work and I had just gotten on my shift, and there was a older lady there, and she was loud and obnoxious already, and she falls off her stool and spills her drink. And I don't know how much she had to drink, I just got there, but she was clearly, based on my experience, she was intoxicated. And so when she asked me for another drink, I said no. She then aggressively cussed me out, threatened to call my boss, made a big scene, and I just had to stand my ground, and eventually she left. And it was an extremely awkward situation, not my first or probably my last, but that's the responsibility of the bartender. It's also a bartender's responsibility to make sure that every single person that they're serving a drink to is 21 years or older, and that means checking IDs, being able to recognize a fake ID, and also keeping an eye on who's drinking what when there are underage people, like in a group of people. In conclusion, bartending takes skills and finesse. Between the mixology, the adjustable personality, and the immense responsibility to keep everyone safe, there's a lot more to bartending than meets the eye. I hope that the next time you're drinking at a bar, you can appreciate the art of bartending.